come around. But these play-in tournament matchups, so in the Eastern Conference, we've got the Nets at home to the Cavs for the 7 seed, and then the loser of that will play the winner of the Hawks and Hornets in Atlanta for the 8th seed. Can you see a world in which it's not the Nets and the Cavs going through to the playoffs in the East?
No, I can't see a world like that, mate. You just have to back the experience of the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, you and I talked about they could either flame out or win the NBA championship. You can't find a team like that, but you just have to imagine the experience of Kevin Durant at the peak of his powers. I don't know if I've ever seen KD play any better than he is right now. I mean, who are the Nets really worried about when it comes to the Cavs on the front line? Like,
well, Kevin Love went for 32
really
today.
Worried about? As a younger in 14 minutes. What?
I guess the question is, who's guarding Darius Garland? Are you having to play like Bruce Brown heavy minutes because he's having to guard Darius Garland? I don't know. You know, Karis LeVert. They've got some players there that can put up points. We know Mobley. You know, Markkanen can shoot the ball, and he's having an okay season. I mean, you're right. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving should get the job done. But you obviously think that the Nets will win against the Cavs, and then the Cavs will beat who? Who's your tip out of the Hawks and the Hornets in Atlanta?
Hawks, Hornets. I'm going to go Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Atlanta. Ice Trae.
You're going to get it done. Yeah.
That's my pick. How do you feel about Trae Young? Are you one of those... Because I see so much hate for Trae Young on Twitter. It's actually outrageous. And with the stat today, he led the league in points and assists, and he did only play in college basketball to do that, and now he's done in the NBA. Why do people hate Trae? It's his play style.
I think it's his play style and his ability to draw fouls, which people don't like, which happens across all sport. I've been talking about it in the footy with players who draw free kicks and stuff like that, and the crowd getting into them and not liking those antics. So I think it happens across all sports when you're trying to manipulate the rules and laws of the game. But no, I like Trae Young as a player. His ability to carry that Hawks team has been fantastic. He's still such a young player, multiple-time All-Star already. Could possibly win an MVP in his career. I've got a couple of hot takes on this though. I think Cleveland will beat Brooklyn, and I know Will Hayward, if he's listening to this, will be absolutely kicking his chairs because he will be hating that. I think the Cavs will beat Brooklyn, and I think Charlotte will beat Atlanta. I'm going for the away team in both the first round of the play-in tournament matchups. Now, I watched Brooklyn today play Indiana. High-scoring game. KD has 16 assists. They were tied with a couple of minutes to go in the third quarter against the Indiana Pacers. Now, I'm a bit hesitant to pick the Cavs. I'm going to because it's I want to try and produce a hot take here, but I think it's actually a genuine possibility. I would be definitely behind them if Jared Allen was a certainty to play, which, from what I've read and heard, he's very unlikely to play in that first game of the play-in tournament against Brooklyn, which is kind of an interesting subplot when you've got Brooklyn going up against Cleveland and the possibility of Jared Allen playing, and also Karis LeVert is going to be out there for Cleveland as well. So there's a bit of a subplot to that. Brooklyn are just, I don't know, maybe it's me wishing that they're going to lose more than anything, but I'm just looking at that team, and outside of KD and Kyrie, Ben Simmons is still not back. There's talk that he could come back for the first round of the playoffs, but it's like, well, one, you got to get there first.
No chance.
One, you got to get there first. And then two, do I really want Ben Simmons, who hasn't played all season, with the mental fragility he showed in last season's playoffs, do I really want him coming out and debuting for my team in the first round of the playoffs against what is going to be the Celtics? If they were to win this game and beat Cleveland, then they are going to play the Celtics. Are you going to ask Ben Simmons to go out there and guard Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown first up off a serious back injury?
Nah.
Oh, boy. No chance. I don't know.
So to you, it's more Brooklyn will lose as opposed to Cleveland winning. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, one can't happen without the other, but I like Cleveland. I think there's enough scoring power there, and I think there's enough defensive and capability and interior presence in Evan Mobley. Again, I just wish Jared Allen was fully healthy and would play, because I just think that I'd definitely take the Cavs in that situation. So I don't think I'm going to bet on the Cavs to win. I'll put that out there. I'm not as confident to say that I'm going to put money on them to win, but I think they're a pretty good chance. I think they're a genuine chance based on what I saw from the Nets today in what was a must-win match for them to have the home court advantage against the Cavs for this playing game. So that's what I'm saying. Hawks and Hornets, I'm back in Charlotte. You're a massive LaMelo Ball fan. I know you're a massive LaMelo Ball fan. You were right. He was a first-time All-Star this season. Even if it was it? No, it wasn't an injury replacement, was it? He was just a reserve, I think.
No, legitimate.
Yeah, he was a legitimate reserve. Yeah, I think he's made for this moment. He's made for this moment. He's never been in a moment like this. And look, the play-in tournament, we can say what we want about it. It does have the feel of a playoff atmosphere, especially when it's 9v10 and it's win or go home. I just think LaMelo's made for the moment, and the battle between him and Trae is going to be fascinating viewing. And I'm almost looking forward to this matchup more than the Nets-Cavs matchup, to be honest, because I think it's going to be super exciting. I think it's going to be high scoring. Neither team plays great defense. And I think Charlotte are a genuine chance. Now, in saying that, I think that my prediction would be... So I'm saying the Cavs beat the Nets, the Hornets beat the Hawks, but then the Nets beat the Hornets to take the 8th seed, which means the Nets would then face your Heat, if I'm being correct. What would you make of that?
Very confident in that series. I'm actually very confident with my Miami Heat in that series. I'm going to go experience anytime. I just don't like the idea of young people in pressure situations, first and foremost. And
even your man LaMelo.
Honestly, Trae Young, that run... Yeah, even my man, Trae Young did enough for me last year to actually prove that. I'm just thinking if things get tight in the end there, and KD and Kyrie, for all the shakes, KD strikes fear in my heart when I see him play. Because the thing about KD, back in his OKC years, you can point to games where he choked, but he, in playoff basketball especially, is an animal. And when KD is in this God mode, he was going up toe-to-toe against the Brooklyn Nets against the Milwaukee Bucks all last year and hold his own. So I feel like the Cleveland won't pose much of a challenge for him. And Kyrie Irving, he could pop off for 60 any time. The Charlotte Hornets, again, is purely just youth again. They're as exciting as they are. Take the ball out of LaMelo Ball's hands. No Gordon. I thought Gordon Hayward might be back, and I like when he's in the Charlotte lineup. They're actually a really good team when he's in the lineup. He does so many little things well. But let's say LaMelo Ball's having an off night. I don't know who I trust again in that lineup there. And Trae Young, I feel like he can do enough. I hope they're exciting games, mate, but I can't go. I cannot back against Kevin Durant right at full strength and Kyrie Irving. Even if it was just KD by himself, I'd still go Nets.
Yeah.
If it's KD by himself, I'd still go Nets.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. And I understand that completely. It's just funny how in these two matchups, you're going with the safe picks, the two favourites, and I'm going with the outsiders, because usually you're the one that likes a hot take and a surprising result. Anyway.